Even though this movie only came out a year after the second movie, this movie decides we're gonna do a time jump. 8 years exactly. Where they decide, hey, we're gonna bring the Chucky dolls back on stock. And of course, they remake Chucky again with some of the leftover pieces from the second movie. I don't know why these companies are so lazy and they keep remaking the doll with a doll that's completely destroyed. Just throw that doll away. It's so stupid. I don't get it. But yeah, once again, Chucky gets remade. And then Chucky kills the dude that, you know, started this thing in the first place. Let's go back to the first movie real quick. They state how the first person he reveals himself to is who he has to do the whole spell on. So unlike traditional horror movies that have like people killed a few minutes in or killed for the opening scene, you can't really do that if he reveals himself. But he reveals himself to this old guy and kills him. And then he kills a few other people. No, actually, the old guy's the only one he kills before he reveals himself to the little kid. Because this movie decides that he's going to reveal himself to this little kid named Tyler. And they completely change the rules and like, well, when he's remade, it's okay. All the other people he revealed to himself, you know, when he was alive before, but now he died and got brought back to life. Anybody he got, you know, revealed to before don't count, I guess. But that completely ruins the second movie. Because the first person he reveals himself to is this random employee while he's in his car. And then he eventually kills him just for the heck of it. It's very weird, and this movie contradicts that movie. And it contradicts that, and it contradicts itself in this movie by killing the old guy in the beginning of the movie. But yeah, this movie follows an older Andy who is now 16 years old and in a military camp. Unlike the second movie, they do not explain the events of the previous movie. In the first movie, it's a child and a mom. Second movie is like, yeah, the mom's in a mental institute and that's it. Because she was one of the main characters of the movie, so they write her off. This movie does not explain where Kyle is at all. They just completely ignore Kyle's character in this movie. She is not mentioned once. It's very weird. But this movie has a lot of sexism in it. And there's toxic masculinity. The very first movie had a kid, a boy, playing with a doll. That was the Good Guys commercial. But in this movie, there's a line about boys don't play with dolls, they're girls' toys. It's stupid. And there's a lot of other sexist shit in this movie that I don't want to talk about. It's just dumb. This movie isn't very good either, besides all the poorly aged sexist shit. It's just really boring, to say the least. But yeah, it mostly follows Andy and Tyler. And apparently Tyler is the one he has to kill since he was the first person he revealed himself to. Few people die throughout the movie, like this poor garbage man that tries to save somebody. And then the dude that tried to throw Jackie away earlier in the movie. The most ridiculous thing in this movie is that Chucky replaces paint with real bullets. And not only is someone killed by one of these, real bullets, they keep shooting. I'm not a gun expert, I'm not a big fan of guns, but I'm pretty sure most people can tell the difference from the sound of paint being shot versus a real bullet and would stop shooting once the first bullet was shot. But no, they shoot for quite a little bit. Movie ends with another final stand down where he gets both his hands cut off in this movie. He doesn't adapt, unlike the other one. In the second movie, he has to cut his own hand off because Andy trapped him. And in this movie, he gets his hand shot off, and then he attacks Andy from behind. Then Andy takes a knife and chops his other hand off, and that is the end of Chucky. It's probably the fastest he's been killed in these movies, because it was really drawn out in the first movie, and it was pretty long in the second movie. But in this, it's just very underwhelming. Just like the movie. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't know when I'll watch Bride of Chucky, but I'll probably watch it eventually. And then watch the rest of the series. Yeah, that's about it.